So we'll be breaking up this entire series of lectures into different formats, into different topics, and one of the first topic that we will study in this video is how do we form numbers. Most of the questions are going to be about this topic, forming numbers. So you have to form in how many different ways can I form numbers given certain conditions. Let's see them with examples. So for first example, we would be using only digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So I've eliminated digit 0, 8, 9. So we have only 7 digits with us. And we have to form a 4-digit number. Right? In how many different numbers can be formed? There would one more condition be given. For our initial questions, we'll divide all questions into whether repetitions are allowed or not allowed. So let's say without repetitions. Forming a 4-digit number is nothing but whenever we deal with numbers, it's a good idea to create positions. And these positions also have a name when we are forming numbers. Right? So we have a units digit, tens, hundreds and thousands. Since no condition is given, we could start with either end. So let's start with the leading end itself. Let's say in how many different ways can I do this activity of filling in a number here. I have 7 different digits and any of them can enter this place. So the leading digit could be I'm not saying that the digit 7 has gone here. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying there are 7 different ways of the this could be filled. It could be filled in with a 1. It could be filled in with a 2. It could be so on filled in with a 3 or a 4, 5, 6, 7. Any of them can come in out of it. Having filled this in, so let me just put a mark, having filled this in, one of these digits have gone in here. Only one. I am left with 6 digits because I cannot repeat any digit further. So the second one, in how many ways can I fill this in? The answer is going to be I could fill it in 6 ways. Having filled this digit as well, one more number goes out and I am left with 5 now. So the tens place could be filled in 5 ways, and by the same logic the units digit could be filled in 4 ways. What do I do to them? Do I add them or do I multiply? Let's ask, am I filling in the thousands or the hundreds position, or am I filling thousands as well as the hundreds position? As well, so that will be the product. So the answer here is 7 into 6 into 5 into 4. 5 4s are 20. 20 into 6 is 120. 120 into 7. 840 will be the answer here. Right? While you would have got it, I would still emphasize for further questions when things get tough to think about a tree as well here. So let's see what is that tree. The same way as we went, we started by filling in the thousands position. So the thousands position could have been a 1, or it could have been a 2, or it could have been a 3, and this will continue. Having filled this position, now which digit has gone in here? The 1 digit has gone in here. So 1 is no more available to me. And I have to fill the second. The second can be filled further. So think of that this branches out into many ways. What could the second digit be? 1 and a 2. Or it could be 1 and a 3. And so on till 1 and a 7. So these are going to be 6 different possibilities. Does 6 different possibilities exist for each of them? Pretty much. So this is going to be a 2 and a 1. 2 and a 2. Until 2 and a 7. Sorry, 2 and a 2 you would not be able to do because repetitions is not allowed. 2 and a 3. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This would again be 6 different ways, and that branching is valid for each of them. Take any one of the case here. Can this further, now I still have to fill in two more positions. Having reached this number, are there further few ways? Yes. So how many ways are there? A 1 has been used up, a 2 has been used up. I'm left with 5. So I could have a 2, 1, 3 or a 2, 1, 4 or a 2, 1, 5, 2, 1, 6 or a 2, 1, 7. Right? So there are going to be 5 different possibilities. 1 digit is left. I can continue this way. So you should be able to visualize this tree branching out at every different stage. Right? So the answer stays there. How would this question be answered if repetitions were allowed? Repetitions allowed is a more easier question as such. Right. So the same way, now to build up a little speed, the first position can obviously be filled in 7 ways. Having filled this, can I reuse the digit? Pretty much. So I still could fill in the second by 7 ways and the third in 7 ways as well as the fourth in 7 ways. Right? And the answer is 7 into 7 into 7, 7 raised to 4, which you should be aware. At least it will help you in your number systems to be 2401 ways. Right? Okay. So what changes are allowed? So here there was no condition given. How about I add a condition, 4-digit even number? And the first case without repetition. So I'll just put in here without repetition. Since there is a condition given, to cut short a long story, you will have to start from the position where the condition is given. So this even number relates to the unit digit, and the unit digit now could only be filled in with a 2 or a 4 or a 6. Right? And so I could fill in the unit digit in 3 different ways. Having satisfied that condition, take a pause and reassess the situation. Could I say now I am left with 3 positions to be filled and I am left with 6 digits. 1 digit has been used up. And so 3 positions, 6 digits is similar to the last example that we did. So you should be pretty fast out over here, 6 into 5 into 4. And this would be multiplied with the 3, and the answer is going to be, let's say 3 4s are 12, 12 5s are 60, 60 into 6, that is 706. 12, 12 5s are 60, 60 into 6, 360 ways. It is mandatory that it is necessary that this is filled first because the condition is given for the units position. Why is that so? Just if these thoughts come across to your mind or sometimes will trouble you, so let me just do this. Let's say I start by filling in this position. This could be filled in 7 ways. And remember, out of the 7 ways, you are including all possibilities. That this could be filled in with a 1 or a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Having filled this in with 6 ways and having filled this in with 6 ways, now in how many ways could I fill in the units position? Is it 3 any longer? No. Example, if I had filled in the digit 1 here, which I have considered a possibility, a 3 out over here and a 5 out over here, I am still left with a 2, 4 and a 6. So this would be 3 ways. But is this always the possibility? Always the case? No, it is quite possible that I might have filled in a even digit out in these 3 places as well. So now I would not have 3 ways. Now I would only be having 2 ways. That is a 4 or a... It is quite possible that I might have filled in 2 even digits out over here. So in my 7 into 6 into 5, I have considered every possibility of filling in these positions. Now I would not even have 2 ways. There's only 1 way that could be filled in. And there's also a possibility that I might have used up all the 3 even digits in filling up the 3 leading positions. Now there is not a single way. So I would not get an answer to in how many ways can the unit digit be filled. Here the answer in how many ways can it be filled depends on on the previous activities, right? And whenever in PNC you get a answer as the number of ways an event can be done depends on something done earlier, it's going to be very, very difficult to handle it, right? So it is necessary that you start off with the units positions. In the same question, let's say repetitions are allowed. Repetitions allowed. Repetitions allowed, will leave it in some time because these are pretty easy ones as such when repetitions are allowed. Now, I could fill in the units place in 3 ways. Having filled that in, take a pause. I am left with how many digits? And quite a few people think it's 6 into 6 into 6. Not really. We have all the 7 digits and I can reuse them also. So all the positions can be filled in 7 ways. And why is it necessary to learn in a correct way is, if repetitions are allowed, does it matter which end I start with? Not really. Now do you appreciate why we did the previous one? Could I start with filling in the leading position in 7 different ways? The hundreds position in 7 ways and the tens position in 7 ways. Even if I have used up all the even digits, can I still use it in the units place? Pretty much, right? So with repetitions allowed, it doesn't matter too much which end you start off with, and hence repetition allowed makes the question far more easier as such, right? Or less error prone. We'll continue.